Good morning, everyone. This is Sean Hurt, your school turnaround specialist with your Saturday morning podcast. Come on in and hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm coming live from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. Get ready for the Black Educators Rock Conference. So I'll be presenting in another 2 more hours, but I'm going to still do my Saturday morning podcast. So give me about 2 minutes as I get all of my Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn people in and let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where you're coming from. Let's share this out. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good time on this morning. All right, come on in, come on in. And I know, and just let me know where you're coming from. Let me get all of my people in. We're going to talk about nine tips for teachers in the inner city. I'm giving strategies on those nine tips. So come on in. And as you coming in, I need to know if you can see me good. I'm in my hotel room going live, but I just want to know if you can see me and hear me good. I want to make sure the connection is good. So come on in. Yep. I got all my friends. I got a lot to talk about, lot to share, a lot to talk about, a lot to share. Is it hurt? Yes, it was a lot of things going on, and I got to share it with my family, got to share it with my Facebook family and friends. So just come on in. Give me about 30 more seconds as I get all my folks in. Yes, got to share it with my family, my friends. All right. Stay with me, please stay with me. Do not leave. Don't say, yep, do not leave. Stay with me. I just got some more things I gotta do. It's funny when you're not in your when you're not in your normal situation, things go a little bonkers. So I want to make sure everybody is good. I want to make sure everybody is good. I want to make sure every group, everybody is good. We got everybody. And I got all of my people from LinkedIn. Got to make sure those folks is good. And it's real nice down in Houston, Texas. Real nice. The weather is good. The weather is really good. Yes, the weather is really good. So I'm happy for that. Hold on for 1 second. I'm happy for the good weather. I'm happy down in Houston, Texas. I can't wait to see so many people. I've been posting yesterday. The airport was crazy. It was so many flights being delayed. My flight was 3 hours delayed. I said, am I going to make it? But I got here last night about 12 o'clock, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Got here last night about 12 o'clock, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to rock and roll. So I think I'm about set. I don't want to belabor the time. Just share out a couple more times. I think I'm about set. Yep, I think I'm all good. All right. All right. Well, then, once again, good morning to everybody. Good morning. This is Sean, school turnaround principal, with your Saturday morning podcast. And just put in the chat if you can see and hear me good. Once again, I'm going live. I'm going live from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. And in another about 2 hours, I'll be doing a session. I'll be doing a session with principals and educators on how to make your school a national blue ribbon school. So I'm excited regarding that session. It is going to be bananas. So, I'm excited regarding that. But this morning, we're going to talk about 9 tips for teachers in the inner city. 9 tips for teachers to be able to teach in the inner city. 9 tips, 9 tips. So I want to say good morning to Mrs. Melissa Chuno. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Richard Davis, my good friend. You said it's 109 degrees today. Yes, and it is hot in Houston, Texas. Good morning to you, Dr. Jeter. Good morning to you, coming from Illinois. Good morning to you, Principal Rose, Dr. Ross. Uh, uh, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Give everybody my love. Give everybody my love. Good morning to you, Miss Cruz, Central Hicks. Good morning, Miss. Good morning to you, Miss September. Vance Daniels, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Give me some love. Hey, my good friend, Derek Cullum. How you doing, my good friend? Man, he's a principal at UPrep in Detroit doing some big things. We grew up together. Much love to you, man. It's funny. Just think, living in the old park, playing basketball, football as little young folks. Now we doing what we doing, man. Much love to you and the family. Derek Cullum is one of the best principals out there. He's doing some big things, been in education many years. He's just taking things to the next level. So good morning to you, my friend. Good morning to you. Much love to you. Good morning. Good morning to you, Sherrod Laws. Good morning. Good morning. From North Carolina. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Flowers from Brinswood, Georgia. Georgia in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead and give me some love. Show me some love. Show me some love. And let's go ahead and get started. So, every time I do my podcast, I always ask the question. Always ask the question. Always ask the question. I got all these educators on here, and I always ask this question. And I want everyone to put it in the chat. Let's be a PLC. We got principals from all over the world, superintendents. What is one thing that keeps you up at night as an educator? What is one thing that keeps you up at night as an educator? And good morning to you, Ms. Cummings, and good morning to you, Ms. Smith. Much love, good much love. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing that's keeping you up at night as an educator. For me, it's going to be we're going to have thousands and thousands of new teachers coming into these classrooms. They're going to be first year teachers, long term subs, you name it. And they're going to have 25, 30 kids in front of them. They're going to be teaching high school. How do I teach kids coming from the inner city or rural situation? How do I have good classroom management? How do I connect with these kids? They're coming in the middle of August, so they're coming in one more month. So that's what I'm talking about today. I'm gonna give some tips, some strategies on how that looks. But once again, as educators, you let me know what is keeping you up at night as an educator. Just put it in the chat. What's keeping you up at night as an educator? All right. All right. My good friend Michael McGrawn, good morning to you from Illinois. He's doing some good work. Man, this is love. Dr. Houston, I can't wait to see you. I'll be over there in about another hour or so. Good morning to Ms. Wilson, all of my good friends out here, all of my uh, Ms. Snacks, I believe, is low student achievement. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. She said low school student achievement. So once again, what's keeping me up at night is they're coming. We got to have these strategies, y'all. That's why I feel that it should be thousands of teachers on this podcast as we speak to get strategies. Because when those kids come in, they have a world of potential. But if you cannot manage that classroom, you know, if you can't manage that classroom, it's going to be some problems. It's going to be some problems. Next thing is that where I will be at is that I'm gonna be today I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm about to go ahead and bring the house down another 2 hours at the Black Educators Rock concert. I got my polo right here. And if someone asks the question, Mr. Hurd, do I have to be a black educator to attend that conference? No, you do not. No, you do not. You do not have to be a black educator to attend a conference. But what we do is that if you're educating kids from inner city that's black, Latino, white, they're coming from inner city, this is the conference you should be at. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Latino. I don't care if you're black. If you are an educator and you're dealing with these kids, you should be at this conference. So I'm bringing it. I am bringing it in 2 hours. I cannot wait to see all of my friends. I've been attending this conference for 9 straight years, and I love it. I love it. I love it. The other thing is that I will be in Alabama. Alabama, Principal Kennedy. I'm coming. I am coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming to support your school. Yes, we're about to go to another level. She is kicking butt, her and her leadership team. So I will be there coming with the thunder. We're about to improve academic achievement. And then also I will be with Principal Williams in Oklahoma City the week after that. So I'm traveling. This is my busy month. July and August, September, I am hitting the road. I'm working with schools all over the world. So I'm hitting the road. I'm hitting the road. I cannot wait. And last thing is that make sure we call ourselves the Fantastic Four is myself at 10. We have Create and Educate at 10:30. We have Principal Kafele at 11. And then we have Josh Tarver Sunday at 5 o'clock. Fantastic Four. We're doing it big. All right. So let's go ahead. Good morning to you, Josh Tarver, my friend. You probably working out somewhere. Josh Tarver be lifting weights. He always posts those things. Man, you have inspired me. You and Dr. Houston. I've been on my I've been on my journey. I've been the last couple of months. I've been in the gym, eating right, got my water, so I've been encouraged by you guys. So keep posting those things. Keep keep these educators healthy. You know good and well that health is wealth. If you're healthy and you're working out, you will be a better educator. You'll be a better teacher, be a better principal, superintendent. So I appreciate that love. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, hit that share button. The nine tips for teaching in inner city. 9 tips for teaching in inner city. All right, I'm excited regarding this. So the first thing is this. Felicia Smith say, "Amen." Yes, amen, amen. So the first thing, get your pencil paper out. I'm about to go slow like Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross. I can't sing like Luther, but I'm gonna go slow. The first tip that you need in order to teach in inner city, and these are the things that principals you should be encouraging your teachers regarding these strategies. You should be having them up during your pre-service, talking about it, encouraging them. So the first thing is that you must respect your student. Really hurt? Respect your student. That's common sense. No, it's not always common sense. The first thing, you must respect your student. You must always treat your students with respect. You must be conscious as educators on what the students see in the classroom as a sign of respect and disrespect. I've worked with educators all over the world, and they won't say it, but I can tell by their actions they do not respect their students. Is this a job? I'm coming to collect a paycheck. I'm coming to collect money. I'm just here. I could care less what the kids get. I can care less. Really, I don't even really want to be here. I don't even really want to be at this school. I don't even love these kids. Once 3:30 hit, I am out the door. I do not respect these students. I really think that these kids can't even learn. That's crazy. How are you teaching at a school when you really think that the kids can even learn? I'm gonna talk to them any other way. I'm gonna be in the teacher's lounge and I'm gonna say whatever I want to say in the teacher's lounge. That's what I'm gonna do. As the principal, as the superintendent, the first thing that you got to do is that you must have everybody respecting your students, because if you respect the students, now I'm not saying lower the standards, but if you respect your students, they will respect you. Have high standards for those kids. The reason why I'm talking about inner city education is because every school that I worked at, every school, I'm gonna say every school, the students look like me. So I saw them as my kids. I saw them as my nieces and nephews when I was a teacher in the Oak Park School District and as a principal in many other districts. I said, I'm going to respect the students. I'm not going to lower the standards, but I'm going to respect the students. And then another caveat was this, and then I'm gonna put it out there. Every school that I was a principal at, my kids, I got 2 kids. I got a daughter that's 17 and a son that's 15. They attended the schools that I was a principal of. I'm gonna say this again. Respect the students. Oh, my kids will go to the schools that I'm a principal of as long as they was in that grade span. Why? Because if it's good enough for your kids to come to my school, it's dang sure good enough for my kids to come to the school. I'm gonna say this again. If it's good enough for 500 kids in the Inkster area, in the Muskegon area to come to the school, in the Southfield area, it's good enough for my own kids, my blood, to be at the school. Yes, I know I'm talking good. I know yes, hit that share button. I told you I'm bringing it today. So that's the first thing. First thing. Next thing is that you want to learn the names of your students quickly. You want to learn the names of your students to show the tips. If you're teaching, the next thing is that you must learn the names of your students very quickly. Not to single students out, but this helps you as a teacher to build relationships and recognizing them as valuable parts in your classroom. The worst thing you can do is not know the names of your students. By you not knowing the names of your students, it shows you. It tells me as a student, as a 13-year-old young boy, black boy coming from inner city. Oh, you can't even remember my name. So why should I even care about what you're teaching in the classroom? I'm going to say this again. Yeah, Principal Confetti, my man, my mentor. If I don't even know your name, forget everything else. Forget whatever. If I don't even know your name, how do you think that I'm going to respect you inside of this classroom? You can't even get my name after the day 4 or 5. Come on now. Come on, day 4 or 5, you don't even know the name. You don't even know my name. So why should I want to respect you? You don't even know my name. That's the second thing. And it bothers me that we can do all of this work, we can do all of these things, but you can't even know, and not even the teachers. I'm gonna go to the principals. I'm gonna go to the principals. You must know those kids' name. You must know who they are inside of your school. Really? Really, that kid been going to your school for 3 years, sixth, seventh, eighth grade, and you don't even know their name. Good morning. Good morning to who? Learn the names quickly. I got Dr. Jeter. See, this is called a learning community. Once again, I'm not going to go fast. No need to go fast because we learn here. It says, I question teachers that teach in public schools, but they send their children. Dr. Jeter, let's talk for a second regarding that. Hold on. Let me get off these captions. I'm gonna take these captions off. Yeah, because I really want to talk about that. We're on it. Let me hide these captions. I want everybody to see me. All right. Dr. Jeter. Dr. Jeter, you hit it right on the button. That was my pet peeve. How do you teach or work at the school and your kids don't go to the school if they are school age? That is my pet peeve. That means that you feel that school is not good enough for your own kids, but you got 800 other kids going to the school. I would say this at every PTO meeting, during my back to school speeches, you name it, when I'm on the radio, when I was doing PR, I said, my kids, Charity and Caleb, my kids attend the school. So they're going to be in that car for that 35-minute drive in the morning and inside the afternoon. And they're going to understand. They're going to understand what it is to be at my school as a principal. That was what I said I'm going to do. And in the schools that I was a principal of, thank you for bringing this up. The schools I was the principal of, when I was the principal of those schools, I was taking over low achieving schools. Eventually, the scores went up. But yeah, I could have sent my kids to the school that's in my neighborhood, very good schools. I'm not going to drop them, very, very good schools. But I said, no, you coming with me. If I believe that I can change the school, if I believe that we have the best teachers in the world, if I believe we got the best curriculum, if I believe that we got the best systems, if I believe that we got the best custodians, if I believe that, and I'm the principal of the school, my kids will go to the school, and by God, I said, I'm going to work from sun up to sundown to make this school great because I want everybody to have a good quality education. Yes, yes, yes. That's why I do what I do. Next thing. We talking about inner city. I'm talking about kids from Florida. I got my good friend, Principal Bobby on here. I'm gonna be seeing you in a couple of hours. I got principals all over the world building relationships. Take time to get to know the students in their home environment. I remember Principal Kafele talks about this all of the time. In order to teach math, you must know Matthew. You can't teach math unless you understand Matthew. So a lot of times we'll try to teach math, but we do not have a relationship with Matthew. We don't know Matthew. We can care less about Matthew. We've never been inside Matthew's environment. We don't even know where Matthew's coming from. So how can you teach math when you don't even understand Matthew? Put it in the chat. In order to teach math, you must understand Matthew. I'm going to say this again. In order to teach math, you got to understand Matthew. If you don't understand Matthew, you can't teach math. When I heard that about 7 to 8 years ago, it changed my whole outlook on how, as a principal, when I was talking to teachers. Yes, you can understand the curriculum. We're going to look, my background, the background of my PD. Look, you see the classroom look nice and everything, but I want you to build relationships with the students. Go in their environment, see where they live at. Go to the restaurants where they eat at. Go to some of the sporting events. Get dirty in their environment. So once you understand their environment, you will be able to teach them better. Once you understand their environment, you will be able to teach them better. Man, building relationships. Well, Hurt, that's common sense. Well, if that was common sense, we would have millions and millions of kids getting quality education. We would have millions and millions of kids in the middle of August, coming to a school where education is top notch and they're not fearing for their life, or they're not looking around like, dang, this school, this classroom is just like my neighborhood, is just like my house. Is no difference if that was the case. Oh, I know. Yes. That's why we're doing what we're doing. 9 tips for teaching in inner city school. And it's not just the teacher, it is also the coaches, the instructional leaders, the principals, the superintendents. These things we got to know in order to reach the potential of these kids. Next one, we got to build confidence in our kids. Build confidence. Give positive praise frequently, especially to students that typically underperform. Once students know that you are in their corner, they will perform for you. Once students know that you are in their corner, they will perform for you. I am tired of hearing teachers and educators, let me just say educators, with these slick comments about these kids. Oh man, Raheem, he last year, he ain't do nothing last year. 2 years ago, he ain't do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing this. Oh, you got Raheem in your class. Good luck for you. Make sure you get a good night's sleep the night before. Really? How is that building confidence? Raheem raising his hand in the classroom, and I always use Raheem. Raheem raising his hand in the classroom, and you look over Raheem. That's why I'm always talking about growth and proficiency. If a kid came into your classroom and they're at the 25th percentile, and at the end of the year, they're at the 35th percentile, they're not proficient, but they're getting better. Now you're building confidence in these kids. When the kids know that you know that they can do it, they're going to do the best that they can in order to please the teacher. When they know that you feel that they can do it, they will do the best that they can to please the teacher. How do you know, Mr. Hurt? Been doing it for 25 years. Confidence is so big, and not even with the students. If you put confidence in your teachers, if you put that battery in your teacher, in those teachers, you tell Miss Smith, I know you can do the job. First year teaching, but you good. I know that you're going to go in there and you're going to do a good job. You put confidence in your teachers, then they'll be confident to make mistakes, to grow, to do what they got to do, and it will translate to the students. But a lot of times, once again, I wish I had 1 million principals on my podcast We don't put confidence in our teachers, our coaches, none like that, because we think we can do it all. We think we God's gift to the world. We think we know it all. And then consequently, they lack confidence. And then by the educators lack confidence, then it's going to trickle down to the classroom where now the students will lack confidence. Build confidence in all of your students that enters into your school. Man, confidence is so important. Once, and I'm gonna say this again, once the students have confidence, they will try to do the best job that they can for you. And it's just not at elementary, it's at high school and middle school. Yes, that 15-year-old boy, Bobby Smith, you build confidence in Bobby Smith, then he will perform for you. But you got to build our relationship. So once you go to Bobby Smith after school activity and just sit on the front row, it was so funny. My daughter and my son, they play sports, right? They're both in high school. They play sports at Ypsilanti High School. My daughter they both play basketball. And it's so ironic. I'm always going to the game. Those are my kids. So I'm at the game. And then I see some of their teachers, their math teacher and the ELA teacher will be at the game cheering my daughter Charity on. Go ahead, Charity, good basket. Go ahead. And I'm sitting behind them and I'm like, who are you? Oh, I'm Charity's ELA teacher. I'm Charity's math teacher. I'm like, okay, well, I'm Charity's dad and stuff like that. And then after the game, they will go up to Charity and Caleb and say, you know what, you played good. I'm proud of you. You did a good job. Do you know how far that goes for my kids? My own kids will go home and be like, Lord, I like such and such math class because they they saw me in a different light. I got to get this homework done for this class right here. I like this teacher. And then now the teachers can push my kids to a level that they could not even imagine because they took time to build a relationship, went to a game for 30 minutes to build the relationship. Putting confidence in those kids, putting confidence in those kids, putting confidence in those kids. Next one, be clear and consistent with expectations and always be equitable with consequences. Be clear and consistent with expectations and always be equitable with consequences. Oh, such and such can get away with murder in your class because whatever, and I do the same thing and it's a different consequence. Your classroom will run much smoother if students know exactly what to do when they enter the room, when it is appropriate to get up, use the bathroom, or when you talk in class. And so consequently what's taking place is that we're not clear and consistent with what we want in the classroom and also as a teacher. So now you ask the question, well, why is my classroom wild? Why is kids acting up? Why? Because you're not consistent with the rules and regulations and things of that nature in your classroom, the expectations. And not only are you not consistent as a classroom, but as a school, you're not consistent. So if there's not consistency on what's expected in a hallway, lunchroom, whatever it is, you just have consistent expectations with the kids and then be consistent across the board. Be consistent across the board. Be clear and consistent with the expectations of your classroom. If there's nothing else you get from me, make sure that's the first thing. These are the expectations. I'm not going to lower it as a classroom, and then also it should be the same expectations as the school. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm past my time. It's 10:30. This is what I want everyone to do. Give me about 45 seconds. Please make sure you go to my YouTube page. Please, I need everybody and subscribe to my YouTube page. I would love if you can do that for me. Just do that for me, please. Second is that if you would like for me to come to your school to provide professional development, this is what I do. This is what I do. And also, not only that, I have 2 books that I have written. They will bless you. Go to my YouTube. Go to my website and pick up the books. And third is that if you are at the Black Educators Rock Conference, I'm in Houston, Texas. In another hour or so, I'm going to be talking about how to make your school a National Blue Ribbon school. I'm coming. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm coming down there. Please make sure you attend my session. It's going to be at 11:30. So make sure you come and attend my session. So thank you very much. Let's everybody go over to Create and Educate. Hit the emojis. Give me some love. Next week, bring a friend. I love you. Keep up the good work. And let's keep moving forward. And thank you. I see Miss Cummings already subscribed. Thank you, Miss Cummings. Let's go. Let's go to work. And I'll see you next week.